What is good, my peeps? Welcome to Makeup Sales Friday. I hope your week was splendid. It's been mentally frustrating for me, but other than that, it's doing okay. I feel like I forgot how to do this because I skipped last Friday, but I was feeling like death, so here we are. So for tonight's story, this is The Boy and the Man. I grew up in an older home in Florida. I have two brothers, and since I was the only girl, I got to have my own room on the second floor, a room that I would end up fearing at night. Oh, shit. We lived in this house until we moved when I was 17. I don't remember asking anything strange, I don't remember anything strange happening until I was around 15 or 16. I just made up a whole freaking sentence. Just the normal. Mom asking us kids where we put a glass or book. Small things that none of us touched. In hindsight, that was probably either the man or the boy. Came home late one night from a football game at my high school. It was around 10 or so. Hold on, I have to really look because my eyesight in this eye is fucking horrible. It was around 10 or 11. My younger brother had a friend over. Hold up. And they liked to play pranks on me. Oh, yes, we love the pranks, Well, I mean, it depends on the prank. Not relevant. When I poked in my head to say hello, I made sure I asked if they wouldn't mess with me that I made sure I asked if they wouldn't mess with me that night since I had to get up early for a soccer game. They both agreed and wished me a good night. The way my room was set up at the time... Hold up. Anyways, the way my room was set up at the time was there was the actual main part of the room, had my TV dresser, a couch, and a coffee table that I would use for my friends staying over or when I was reading. Okay, Miss Ma'am. She did say that she got the better room out of her siblings because she was the only girl, so slay, sis. Because when I read couch, it didn't really register, and I was like, wait a goddamn minute. Oh, and the freaking coffee table. I'm like, girl, what? You go, girl. You go. Anyways, that I would use for my friends staying over or when I was reading. My bed was in a little alcove that used to be a small porch, so that my bed was flush with the windows that looked to the backyard. I put my bag on the couch and walked over to the bed to go to sleep. It was the middle of the night when someone knocking on the wooden bed frame woke me up. Shit. I thought it was my brother and his friend who were just going to be annoying and run out of the room giggling. Ah, yes. Brothers. Gotta love them, right? I flipped over to yell at them, but didn't see my brother. There was a boy about the age of 12 with sandy brown hair that hung to his chin, wearing a purple hoodie, just smiling at me like a kid who got caught doing something he shouldn't have been. If I freaking saw that, I would immediately have a freaking heart attack. I'm being so freaking for real. Yeah, if I saw that, I would immediately freak the hell out completely. And I could see right through him to the rest of the room. I watched as he slowly faded away, completely terrified until he was gone. I slept on the couch that night with the TV going in the background, and I moved my bed to the center of the room after that. I'm freaking shook. Like that is absolutely freaking terrifying. The next morning, I had almost talked myself out of it, thinking it was a dream or had really been the boys. See what I mean? When something happens to somebody and there's like no other explanation, we always try to rationalize it. Not that this is like a bad thing, because as I've mentioned before, usually there are rational explanations. But in this case, there's no rational explanation for this whatsoever. I think I stopped at thinking it was a bad dream or had really been the boys. I asked them the next morning if they had knocked on my bed, but both were sound asleep. My mom had overheard me and said she had seen the boy too. That's never good if somebody else saw the same thing you saw. That is never a good freaking sign. That is never a good sign whatsoever. Since that night, we started to notice more strange things, of course. There was a mean man that I could feel at night in my room. We would hear footsteps walking around upstairs. When all of us were in the kitchen, books would fly from the shelves and glasses would be pulled down and break. You are dealing with a malevolent spirit, it seems. I don't know what the hell I would do. Pull down and break. Our dogs would stand at the bottom of the stairs that lead to the second floor and just growl. Excuse me. One of the most eerie things was the smell of cigarette smoke in the downstairs hallway. No one in our family smoked inside ever. One of the last things that happened before we moved was my brother waking up to see a tall, dark figure standing over me while I was sleeping. Okay, this is starting to look a lot better. Was kind of skeptical about this lip, but I actually like it. I have eyeshadow all under my goddamn eye. Jesus Christ. Anyways, the entire family at that point had seen or experienced something. The boy was just a kid who wanted to be known. The man was something else. None of us were sad to drive away from that house for the last time. Alright, and that was the boy and the man. Alrighty, let's talk about this, shall we? If my computer decides it wants to work. Okay, the boy and the man. Where does one begin? See, I'm not that like shocked with this story because usually in some stories that I've read, there's usually like a kind spirit and then there's usually a malevolent spirit, like in this case. First of all, like I said earlier, if I woke up after hearing knocking on my wooden bed frame and I see the little boy, hold on, wait. And I see the little boy, I think he was standing at the edge of the bed. It didn't specify. Wait, hold on. I flipped over to yell at him. So I'm assuming he was like standing over her. Yeah. A 12-year-old boy with sandy brown hair that hung to his chin wearing a purple hoodie just smiling at me. That would freak me the hell out. Wait a minute, hold on. There was something else too. Where did that freaking... Okay, it was after... Okay, just smiling at me like a kid who got caught doing something he shouldn't have been. And I could see right through him to the rest of the room. He's standing like over her and she can see through him. That, yeah. Again, props to this person, or yeah, props to this girl for like just keeping calm. I mean, she moved, but she didn't like scream or like freak out or anything. And honestly, I probably wouldn't even have been able to scream if I was in her position. I would just freeze and not say a damn thing. Like, I wouldn't even freaking breathe. That, yeah, that's crazy as hell, man. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Props to you, Miss Ma'am. Alright, and that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you haven't already, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. Hopefully on time. Make good choices and have a beautiful, safe weekend. Good night.